I believe that in hypnosis talks, there are basically 7 areas to cover to my group of people I'm talking to. That group of people could be a couple hundred people, and it could be 24 in a room. It could be anything like that. But what I do is I do 7 things. The first, I briefly describe who I am and what I do. And when people ask me what I do, I'll normally open with something like this. This is what I use. You'll have your own thing. Hi, my name is Bob Burns. You probably heard about me. And people will tell you I have these amazing skills. I can read people's minds. I can bend metal. I can stop your heart, steal your watch if you're not looking. And I use all of this with a form of something. But listen, there is nothing special about me. I use body language. I use neuro-linguistic programming. I use sales skills. I'm trained in mentalism and waking hypnosis, and anybody can do anything I can do. Anybody. If you've got maybe 10 years to spare, just learning some of that stuff. But I have no skills whatsoever. And then, Eugene, I will pause, look at my audience, and then say, however, I could be lying. And that's when I have it. Yeah. That's when I see them nudging each other and saying, I think he's got the skill. Or it's a bit of fun at worst. So then after briefly describing who I am, I then immediately go into a talk. I say, I want to take you back to a certain time, and I do this talk. And what they don't know while I'm doing the talk is I'm doing a form of hypnosis while I'm doing the talk. If there were any hypnotists in the room and anybody watching me doing this in workshop, you can see them nudging each other and saying, I see what he's doing. So when I say the man who told them to relax and just breathe, and as they breathe, and you can see the people kind of nodding off. But it's all about me selling them an idea. Not them, of course, but the guy inside here. I'm wasting my time trying to sell them anything. It's the guy inside here, because as I often say, people come to us, they don't have conscious problems. They have a subconscious problem, which means it's all inside them, yet it's totally outside their control. It makes no sense to them whatsoever. That's why cognitive behavioral therapy has challenges, because cognitive behavioral therapy is wonderful, but it doesn't last that long. CBT, a good therapist will tell you that. It needs top-ups, because they're talking to them consciously, and they don't have a conscious problem. They have a subconscious problem. And that. Great. So there we go. We have magnetic fingers. We have magnetic hands. We have heavy hand, light hand. And the last thing I do, of course, is a hand clasp. And that's a favorite that you'll do with a group. I can tell you that I do lots of hypnosis in the therapy room. And I do, I'll sick them to tables. I'll get them to forget their names. And I can understand lots of people says, why would you do that? Why would you do that in a therapy room? Get them to forget their names and stick them to a table. Why would you do that?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the answer, of course, is if I can get them to forget their name, I can get them to forget the problem. If I can stick them to the table, I can stick them to their goal. Yeah. So one of the things I put out there, Eugene, was a thing called a couple of years ago, the Swan Speaks, where I was doing direct voice with 5 or 6 people. And the very first guy, he traveled a lot of miles to see me that day. He traveled over 100 miles, and I couldn't get it to work. So we had some fun with him. I knew that he wanted something else in his life. So I stuck his hand to his thigh, and on the film, I offered him, I just had 2 people that week to come to see me to stop smoking. I charged £500, and I had 2 envelopes with £500 in it. Genuinely, this is true. The cameraman behind me is going, what are you crazy? Because I'm offering him £1,000 to take the money from me. And of course, he can't move his hands. But why would I do that? Why would I do that? I needed to do that because I needed to stick him to his goal. And that was a great example for him. Yeah. So afterwards, do you think I could get you to stick to your goal? Well, yes, is the answer. And he became a really good client of mine as well. This, of course, is almost a waste of time because it's not hypnosis, it's lactic acid. It's arguable if anything is actual hypnosis.
Okay.
I get that. This certainly is not. This is lactic acid, and that's why it will work with a lot of people, but they're not actually, but the hypnosis doesn't work later. It will confirm it for some where they can go into hypnosis, but for some no. But if you put someone's hand on a table and stick that hand to that table where this hand can't lift that hand, I would suggest to you that we are cusping. We're in the cusp of hypnosis and perhaps even going into hypnosis. In fact, out of the things we do there, the magnetic fingers, the magnetic hands, the heavy hand, light hand, and of course the hand clasp, the only thing that's really hypnosis there is one part of the third thing. The third thing is heavy hand, light hand, and that will happen anyway, will it? 100% almost, everyone in the world. But this one here, only a person going into hypnosis are able to do that, will this happen with. That will tell you so much. In fact, if you can get somebody sitting like that, it's impossible not to put them into hypnosis. In fact, I'd suggest they're probably already there. So all the skilled hypnotists who've done this for many, many years on stage or whatever will tell you, out of these four things, the third thing, the heavy hand, light hand, it's this one here they're looking for. They're not interested in this, they're looking for that.
Wasn't that absolutely fantastic? I'm sure that you found a lot of information in this very short video you just saw, maybe like 4 or 5, 6 minutes, however long it was. But that is not all. You can have access to the entire presentation of this amazing speaker, plus 40 more other presentations and speakers, and you can have access for life. You can have access to the video recording, to the audio recording, to the swipe files, to the transcripts, to all of the bonuses and the special gifts that all of the speakers and presenters and also the organizers are offering in the Premium Pass package. So if you like this, if you want more, make sure to sign up below for the Premium Pass and have lifetime access to everything. I am sure it'll be one of the best investments you've ever made in your life, in yourself, in your practice, in your health, and also with working with clients. So go ahead, click on the button